In Thailand, you would say that's the most safest place that you can be.
The safest places I've been to in the world is Thailand, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, Malaysia. Most of them are in Asia, but even places like Botswana was pretty safe to me. And Nairobi, Kenya is safe too. It's not the safest, but it's pretty safe.
All right, so let's move along with the story. We in Thailand now, so we now three countries ahead at the age of 22. You really moving, man. You really moving. So you in Thailand. How long was your Thailand trip?
I was in Pattaya for 2 weeks.
So you landed in Bangkok and transferred over to Thailand. Would you take the bus transportation?
No, I caught a boat. So the ride. What is that? A ride share app? Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
went. I went to Bangkok and the smog was way too much. I mean, way too much to the point where my voice started to sound like a pig in it. I had big bags under my eyes from the sinus pressure. And so they told me that the smog was far less in Pattaya. So I went down there and it was far less. And yeah, I went ahead and just finished the trip out there for 2 weeks.
So so you three countries in now. You done left America. What was next at the Thailand, and how was Thailand? How long did you stay in Thailand?
Like I said, I was in Thailand. After that, after Pattaya, I was there for 2 weeks, and then from there, I went to Rio for 3 days, and then I bought another one-way ticket from Rio to Salvador Bahia, Brazil, and I ended up staying there for 3 months, 3.5 months, or something like that.
Yeah, at this point, it's really showing you love Brazil. So I got to get into the heated questions in a few though. Like you done been there three times, so I got to get into the heated questions of like, because we all got places when you travel, like you just get stuck, and it'll keep you in that position, and it just like I got to move around, but at that point, you just like stuck, and you just doing content. So after you leave Thailand, what did you go then? After Brazil, you went there for 3 days. What did you go then? What was the next process?
And then from Brazil, I went to Rio. I mean, from Rio to Salvador, and then I did that trip to Sao Paulo, and I posted a video where I was in Salvador, where
Mm-hmm.
they had me on CNN because I asked a chick
That's what I
how
was getting
quickly
to.
she would.
That's what I was getting
Yeah,
to.
she asked me how. I mean, I asked her how quickly she would kiss and sleep with a man that she just met, and the answers that she gave wasn't false. They just didn't like him. So. That being said, there was a feminist in Brazil that had me all on CNN. So I flew back to Bangkok. And that was great too, because then I got to explore Southeast Asia. And then from there, I discovered Africa.
Okay, so let's harbor on Brazil for a minute though, because that was major news, man. Like that was major news. You was all over. Like so, we're gonna start like on your YouTube channel, right? So your YouTube, when you went back to Brazil, what was your following then? Like the number wise, if you can like remember, like when you went back before the controversy, because I can remember because I've been following for a minute. You just like you left Earth when you did that.
Man, I think whenever I first got to Brazil on YouTube, when I moved in 2022, I think I was at like 22,000 or 23,000 subscribers.
Mhm.
By the time I had got put all on CNN, I think I was around 33,000 at that time.
Mm. So you just said the basis of what happened in Brazil. Like from my understanding, I don't know. Like I'm like the people, like we just seen like half of it because like media gives like propaganda. Like we see half of the news what's going on in Brazil. Like, but all I know is like it was all over Brazil and stuff like that. So you said she basically you did the interview. What I can recall, you did the interview. Like how long would it take me to kiss you, and would you go on a first date and all this other stuff? They try to look at you like as if you was like a, portraying in sex tourism and stuff like that.
Yeah, they tried to make it. I mean, they tried to throw a lot of sauce in it. They tried to say I was like a pedophile and I was running a sex trafficking ring, and I'm like, why would anybody? I mean, well, I guess somebody would with a channel, but they did an investigation, and that investigation lasted 1.5 years, and I was in Paraguay, and I walked back over the border, and I was just fine, and I was there. I was in Brazil for 7 weeks within 3 cities after that all happened.
Yeah, after it all happened though, like, you made the news, you did all that stuff, the girl. So I seen an interview, I don't think you seen it. The girl that you actually was talking to, she came on there and she was like doing like comments like, I hate this guy. Was that the actual girl, or is that a new girl, or is just somebody, faking?
I don't think I've seen that. I haven't seen the video.
Yeah, it was like a girl like that said like, I hopes he die and all this stuff. I don't know if that was the exact girl. It was something I
It was
seen
on video.
Yeah, the one that you said like, how soon would you kiss me, and how
Really?
soon? Yeah, it was like on TikTok and stuff like it. Like it was a while ago I seen it. But the next question I had though, we gonna stay in Brazil and stuff like it. Like this the part where I call my show like live from the kitchen. We actually get to cooking. You be in the hot seat and stuff like, and that's why I asked you before. So we in Brazil. You left Brazil, and we're gonna get more to the story, but I hate to leave Brazil and not getting the info on this. So the Floyd character, how did you end up meeting Floyd, and how did he come about?
Man, I was inside. That was right after I moved from. As right after I moved out, and I went to Thailand. I went to Rio, and then I went to Salvador, and I was in Salvador for maybe a month. And Floyd hit me up like, "Back into the channel, the rhythm